That's when you get the negative feedback because you don't agree with how they think. Turns out Stern was like, "Gotcha, bitch." I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Maybe they've learned something from every game, and this time it'll be different. What? What the? I gotta show everybody my wiener. Use my wiener.
I mean, it's basically a Led Zeppelin jukebox with flippers.
The game is going to sell. He just did a mic drop and then walked the hell out of the room. That's big dick energy if I've ever seen it. It's pinball. It shouldn't be too serious. I mean, if you take pinball to a serious level, you get The Godfather.
Lie back down.
I know I'm going to get some hate from those of you out there that are probably doing it, but that's what it is. The back glass says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right there at the top, and 4 inches up, if that, the title's there again. That makes no sense. And I mean, what's concerning to me is that through the whole build process, no one brought it up that, hey, maybe we should make this a little bit better. No one mentioned it. We believe this idea to be the best course of action for us and for you, but mainly because it's gonna cost us nothing.
If he dies, he dies.
We need to find out what these suckers will pay for a crappy product that your toddler drew for us. She draws on a first grade level. And the thing is, I know one of the people over social media has informed me that a lot of the times, at least as of 3 years ago, majority of the things that I would post or say to them was fucking blocked. Why are you? There we go. Mute button. That always helps. Yeah. My bad. I was like, why am I not seeing my audio? That's why. All right. What is going on, ladies and jelly spoons? And of course, now that I start speaking, I've got the dachshund out here starting to bark because she wants to come in and give me some sugars. Yeah, we're bringing you the muted clips right here. There the dogs go. Lovely. All right. So, as the title of this stream states, I played Harry Potter pinball today at my local distro, and I got a good amount of time on it, and I want to go over while it's fresh on my mind. And I may still do a video because I did record a lot of footage of the cabinet and the game and everything while I was there. So I may still do like a, I don't want to call it production quality, but a non-live stream talking about Harry Potter pinball. And yes, it was the CE. I don't think we have any Wizard editions out in the public, Hector. Get on this. I'm still back. So let me make sure all this is working right. All right. So it looks like chat's working correctly. So that's good. All right. So let me first state that everything that I'm about to talk about, my thoughts, feelings, and experiences on this is coming from somebody that is not a Harry Potter fan. I've seen the movies once each, except for the first movie. The first movie I saw, I guess, technically 1.5 times. I fell asleep in the middle of the first movie. I don't know what to tell you, but when I saw it in theaters when I was younger, I don't know. Anyways, so that, and when I say that it's coming from someone who's not a Harry Potter fan, that's going to honestly mean more by everything else that I'm going to talk about. Because I thoroughly enjoyed this game, guys. It is an Acker. Need to dump that Toy Story 4 that you are just gushing over all the time. Get rid of it and get you a Harry Potter and be much happier. Yeah, William, he's got a CE on order. Yeah. And the too hardy on Harry. Not serious. So, look. And
Give me some
again,
quarters, baby.
oh, thank you very much there, Enzo. Well, which audio played? Okay, I need to fix that also. I don't know why that is coming up, like taking up the whole entire screen. That is ridiculous. It should not be like that, but it is. I'll have to see if I can adjust that on the next time around. But thank you very much right there, Enzo. Very much appreciated. That's Australian dollars. But I think that transitions to like what, $3 American? No, I'm just kidding. Toy Story 4 is Wonka revisited, and both are pretty than your soul. I'd rather play Last Action Hero than Toy Story 4, but whatever. I just wanted to hear Jack. So, look, let me go over a lot of the things that I did enjoy, and there's only a couple of things that I didn't enjoy. And then after this is done, I want to make this stream relatively short because then I got to take the wife, evidently, wants me to take her out to eat dinner tonight. And during that time is where I'm going to try to about negotiating getting rid of, like, I don't know, Tales of the Arabian Nights or something, maybe, so I can get me a Harry Potter Wizard Edition. Now you're like, Cary, why a Wizard Edition? Why not the Collector's Edition? Because the Collector's Edition, although very pretty, the cabinet, very pretty. Stand back, admire it. The game looks beautiful. I really enjoy the aesthetics of the game. Except when you get a little higher above that back box, and we'll go into that in just a little bit. But I feel that from my perspective, since I'm not a fan of the whole series or saga in general, that obviously the CE is aiming more towards those hardcore fanatics that like the book art, because that's the kind of art you're going to get. Even though I still enjoy the art package on the collector's edition, I lean more towards the movies. And I think that is just, and I kind of like the darker appeal versus the pretty appeal that you're going to get with the collector's edition. I'm a wizard, Cary. Yes. I did feel like a wizard a few times on playing this game today, by all means. Arcade edition for my arcade, no need for the bling. I'm telling you right now, Brian, the moving staircase is a very nice touch. I think that is going to be something that a lot of people are really going to enjoy. It is something that definitely distracted me quite a bit because the ball would be going so fast at some point, and I saw that staircase start swiveling and moving around that I was looking up to see what it was doing and why it was doing it, causing me to drain my ball. So it can be a little distracting, but in a good way. But yeah, the wizard art, yeah, it's nothing against the CE art. I look at it and I'm like, it's pretty. I'm not gonna tell you that it's not. I'm like, I look at it and I'm just like, yeah, it's pretty. So getting into one of the things that I think is probably the worst part. It is the worst part about the CE, and that is the topper. This topper, guys. Ugh, and this is why I need to do like a video where I can show you the B-roll of this topper. I know that some of you guys have like looked at the videos and the pictures and you're like, oh, the topper's bad, and I'm telling you right now, guys, the pictures and the videos do not do this topper justice because it's much worse in person. It looks like a bad mod, and what a bad mod is when it looks like something that doesn't belong there. This topper, it just looks so drastically different than everything else. So as you're going up the cabinet art package and you're enjoying how pretty everything is, from the cabinet, the front of the cabinet to the back box, and then something happens and it turns into something completely different, and you're like, what happened here? What's going on here? And then everything else on there, it's like, oh yeah, you got Harry on a thing that moves around, but it just doesn't look pretty like the rest of the cabinet does. Now, this topper might look better on the Wizard Edition because it would be darker, but still, overall, it's just not good. I was like, if I was to get the Collector's Edition, I wouldn't even put the topper on, honestly. Let me read some of the comments here. I haven't really heard the music in HP. Is it music from the movies? I heard them say in the feature that they had some music from the game. So far, it's kind of confusing. So definitely when you first start your game, you do hear the Harry Potter theme song. And it plays for a good amount of time too. So as far as like any other music in the movies, I don't know very much about the music on the movies, but I do know the theme song and it is there whenever you first launch your ball. And it is a very nice touch. I'm glad that they fought to get that particular theme song. That means a lot. CE is better art. The Wizard is not art. It's movie poster. Okay, yeah, fair. Not disagreeing, but I do like the dual sides of the bad guys on one side and the good guys on the other. And I think for those that watch the movies and that's all you watched, you never read the books, then the Wizard Edition is definitely going to speak more to you. Cary, would you recommend this game to Harry Potter fans? And that goes to my next point, is that what I'm talking about, this is all coming from someone who's not a fan, someone who wants this game, who thoroughly enjoyed it. Then I believe that those of you out there that are Harry Potter fans are really going to enjoy this because you're going to hear things that I'm not catching on to. You're going to see things that I don't see the references behind it. You're going to see and enjoy this a lot more than those of us out there that don't have any type of like, nostalgia or special emotional bond to this theme. I mean, for the few people that are not in the pinball hobby that I have shown the trailer to or shown the images to, they all say the game looks great and they love what they see. They somehow got the colors wrong on the topper for the castle. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta play before I deplete my savings account. Yep. All right, let me go through here, play catch up. All right, most interested in the modes. They don't sound varied. Just 3 shots, timeout, and it continues to the next scene. And see, that's the thing is that I feel like every game I played was different because since there's so many different modes and there's 6 different movies to choose from and it just seems like there was so much to shoot at that I don't feel like the scenes were repetitive. And I know there's this big thing that's been blown up like it always does when it comes to JJP games about muted clips. And it's like, okay, but what scenes are muted? Are they the scenes that are playing while I'm looking at the playfield and trying to focus on what I'm doing? Or are they the clips that I'm going to see in between balls or whenever I'm starting a mode or ball lock or something like that? And for me, I primarily want the everything to be synced up when it's time for me to look at the screen. That makes sense. It's kind of like the whole ordeal with the John Wick, and it's like, oh, we have movie scenes, and those movie scenes are only playing while you're playing the game. So while you're not looking at the screen, you're focused on keeping your ball in play. That's when they're showing the guns. That's when they're showing the movie scenes. And the moment you look up, it's back to the stern UI. So it's kind of like that in Harry Potter, where there are clips from the movies playing, and they are a little muffled. They are still kind of there, but they're not as broad where you can hear them clear as day. But when you look at the monitor when you need to for a ball lock or starting a mode, all those movie clips, from what I could tell, were all synced up and everything was fine and loud and clear. You still get random callouts from like different things throughout the game, but you're not basically hearing the movie while you're playing. If you want that, then just put the movie on your TV, which is pretty much the same size as the damn screen that's in the game in the first place. So I wonder what art JKR complained about and wanted changed. Dude, when it comes to licensing, you would be surprised on how sensitive their property is and what they don't want or don't like about something. It could literally be the shade or the color of a person's eye that no one else would notice. It's little stuff like that. You would be surprised on how sensitive these things are. I'd rather get 2 Stern Pros for a cheaper price. All right, yep, fair. You can get to your two Stern Pros. Muted for the parts that shoot, skip right past that one. pinball mob. Clearly, the minority here looks like a rainbow grandpa Willy Wonka doing callouts and the sound effects just like Wonka slot machines. 10K, no way. 6,500 in 3 years. GNR now 5,500. That was my next something that I do not like about this game, and that is there is a lot of rainbow going on, guys. There's a lot of colors, and at certain points of the time when the hot rails aren't doing rainbow and the game isn't exploding with color, that's when I actually enjoyed it the most, when it seemed more muted, more retro. And I kind of hope that maybe if we bring it up enough, that can be a particular setting that they can do in the game to where it goes into, I don't know, you want it to be more modern, you want rainbow unicorn going, or do you want it to be more retro or modern day with some more yellowish toned lighting? That would be the mode that I would go towards. Because especially with the way the wire forms looked, gold and everything, when the lights were much more dimmer and calmed down, that's where the game looked even better to me. It's not so much not muted that people have, that has people worried. It's not really feeling like you're progressing through the Harry Potter story movie journey. Yeah, I don't think I felt like I was progressing through the movies either on this. It didn't feel like oh, you can choose what movie you want, and then you go into it, and it's like, but you're still like making a bunch of shots that are doing. That's the thing, is that there's a lot going on this game. It's like I make a shot and you think you're in a mode, and I may still be in that mode, and then I make another shot and then something else gets started up, and I'm like, okay, am I still working towards that, or am I now working towards this? I don't know. The Quidditch thing up there, also a very nice plate field up there for making those particular shots. I did manage to make it to that location's top position for loop shots. I made it up to a combo of 9. That's the only bragging I'm going to be able to do when it comes to score on that end. But I did enjoy the upper play field. I didn't feel like I was up there all the time or too often. But definitely you have a Quidditch match going, and that is where the points are at. That's where I felt like I was getting a lot of bonus points, is if you start a Quidditch match, go through all of that, and at the end of your game, you get the Quidditch match like bonus. And if you don't tilt out, then yeah, you're going to get a lot of points there. Do I think it's too much happening all at once? Yeah, I would. I would say it's just a lot going on at one time. I kind of think it's maybe too much. But if you have like ADD, this is probably the best thing for you, kind of thing. Because there's always something to shoot at, always something to do. And I think a lot of my enjoyment with this, because like I said, not a Harry Potter fan, was just the layout in general. And then, of course, you had, like, you know, a lot of the sound effects that went along with it were also nice. But some of the sound effects do feel the whole slot machine. I get the argument there. Trust me, I'm with you on that. But I think it seemed diminished. I think that the slot machines were much worse while I was just watching the game on the stream that they had going for it. But while I was in front of
Give
it
me some
playing
quarters,
it,
baby.
it didn't feel that bad. Boozy Boo, thank you very much for the $10 right there. I need to move that thing one more. Let's see if I can make that a little smaller. Why is it so large? Eventually, over time, I'm going to get that sized correctly on here when it comes to the super chats. Let me scroll back up and make sure I didn't miss anybody here. I heard JJP is introducing a new feature this time. It's called the Wizard Mode. No. But I believe that they said they're going to have at least 3 wizard modes on there. And this is actually like a true wizard mode because obviously it's about wizards. Don't lie, you love the rainbows. Oh, yeah. Can't get enough of the rainbows, Russell. No locations with alcohol. Does this pen have a drinking problem? I guess I don't follow that one there, Ty. Sorry. Won't you spend time on it? If it's... Okay, it's not too much once you spend some time on it. This is not Medieval Madness where you shoot the castle. Yeah, that's the thing, is that I felt like there was so much to shoot at. And I want to show this eventually in the video. And for those of you out there that haven't played the game yet, there's a way that you can change your skill shot. When the ball goes into the shooter lane, you hit the action button to change where you want your skill shot to be. Whereas I felt it was much more fun to just do a full plunge, to do the full loop around and hit the upper flipper. And then come to find out, that's actually the secret skill shot, which is much more enjoyable, anyways. But how do you access that? By holding down your left flipper button, the game will basically go red and highlight basically to do a full plunge to loop around. And if you do the loop around and you hit the ball with your upper flipper to go through that particular lane that's flashing red, you get your secret skill shot, which I think is much better. Instead of trying to hit a soft plunge like GNR to hit something in particular, I just want to whale back and let it go. And if I can nail a shot after that, that's a much better skill shot to me. So if you haven't played the game yet, hold down your left flipper button before you pull the plunger, and that will highlight the ability to do the secret skill shot. We got this going fast, guys. We got close to 200 people here, so chat's starting to get overwhelming. Let's see here. Slot machine sounds bring in billions every year for a reason. Love your stuff. Thank you very much, Boozy, for the donation. Little late to this party, did you find that it was tough to know what to hit with multicolor lights happening simultaneously rather than the standard white, then yellow, then red for jackpots? Yeah, it's a little convoluted on basically what you should shoot for. But that whenever it comes to call outs, if you don't like Mark Silk as a call out person, then you're not going to like this game because you hear a lot of call outs from Mark Silk. He is pretty much throughout telling you what to shoot for. So although you do have rainbow and a lot of lights flashing of what you could hit, you can listen for the call outs on what you should hit for. Where do you buy the hats with the bill on the back? Asking for a friend. This is my Loser Kid Pinball podcast hat. It just fits so well. It's kind of like my preference hat to put on here. Oh, thoughts on the QR code, the game changer thing. Okay, so this is something that I think this is the baby step towards them utilizing some sort of online ability to do things. Like it's nowhere near what Stern's got going with their insider connected or anything. I don't know how I feel about the QR code because I'm just like I don't, even if I had the option to go easy, medium, hard. I saw them on the keychain there in front of the game. I thought about using it, then I was just like, I don't care. I don't feel like the game needs to be easy or hard for me. If you're a location, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna want the game to be set on hard anyways because you don't want people to go through the game so fast. So I think that you could just go into the settings and take care of that. But I'm guessing if you have the QR code that you can just change it at your own ability. I don't know, but it's not something that I'm calling like, amazing or great at this point in time. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction, but it's something that I'm not like, excited about at this point in time. Let's see here. That being said, I do look forward to playing other people's HPs, but I can rest easy knowing that my pinball funds are safe. I'll do like Jack said and save my money. I will send you secret money for your getaway to help fund HP. I think the best decision JJP made with this release was having the same playfield on 3 models, hoping to eventually get an arcade edition of my first JJP. Yeah, this could potentially be my first JJP because I really did enjoy it. I really could not stop playing it. And I can't say that other than Elton John. Elton John before this was a game that I really enjoyed, but I definitely did not care for the theme at all for Elton John. And there was rainbows going on for that game, but it's Elton John. It's kind of like to be expected, and it's kind of like a concert type of thing. Whereas with this one, and correct me if I'm wrong for you Harry Potter fans out there, but I didn't think Harry Potter was considered to be like in the movies as being a very colorful type of movie. Kong versus Potter, who wins? Honestly, when it comes to the full package as of right now, even with current code, Potter takes it. I know it's going to hurt some of you to hear me say this, but I'm kind of tired of playing Kong. It was a bit of a breath of fresh air to play Harry Potter. Oh, man. I think Kong has a better flow pinball studio, but the code is obviously not there. That's the thing, is that I felt that Harry Potter, it's got the flow, it's got the speed, it's got even a little bit of stop and go, and it's got a multitude of things that you can shoot for. It's got a little bit of everything. So I think definitely for the casual players, you've got plenty to just bump a ball around and shoot for. And for those that are high level players and like to complete tasks and do things, you're going to have a crap ton to shoot for and to accomplish. And this is one of those games that is definitely targeted towards the home, like pretty much every other Jersey Jack game, is that you need more time on it. You want to be able to really dive in and kind of like, learn the game. And I feel like this is one of those games that potentially I think I would enjoy doing that on. Just got my first Pinball Godzilla Premium. So happy you bring me joy when watching your video, Honest. Oh, thank you very much. And enjoy your Godzilla Premium. Some of you are so lucky for your first game to be a game like Godzilla Premium. Cracks me up. Oh, my first game. It's a Deadpool limited edition or whatever. And it's just like, my first game was crap. The same. This will be my first JJP. I ordered it. Wizard Edition. Well, Wizard version has 400 versus 700 LEDs, so maybe it's less rainbow. Maybe. Automated still doesn't have their Potter yet? Interesting. Yeah. For those that had their first game like Lord of the Rings, yeah, and that was your first, then yeah, it's kind of something to live up to. My first pinball machine was no, it was an old EM that was not fun. So everything past that was better. When you look at the game Spy Hunter Pinball, that was a drastic improvement to my first game. That was my second game, by the way. Will they keep the 3 trims for future titles? I don't know. I think this is probably something special, and they know it's something special. I was asking my distro about how they're going to do this release. When are we going to start seeing CE ship? And he's telling me that they're shipping, they're getting them out now. But I also heard it like, in the next 3 weeks type of thing. But there is no scheduling on when they're going to do Wizard editions or arcade editions. I think that's probably going to be something that they do a patch of them after they do so many CEs. But I think as of right now, they're trying to pump out and sell as many CEs as they possibly can right now. I need to make this chat window larger. Figured the undercab was separate as it's called out. It's only under cabinet lights that is different. Yeah, so the lighting, all those extra LEDs is just the cabinet lighting. Yeah, I saw it had lights in the back box behind the game. First pin was Meteor, and playfield was so rough it made the moon look smooth. And the thing is, I wanted Meteor before I got any other machine when I was first looking at getting a pinball machine, Albert, and I just didn't happen. And then later on, especially after playing it, I realized how annoying the sound package is on Meteor. I was like, ugh. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy the way it plays. It's nice, good oldie but goodie. But that sound after a while kind of wore me down. Let's see here. So I'm trying to think of anything else off the top of my head. Like I said, I was driving home. It was over an hour and a half drive because I got stuck in Dallas traffic because that's lovely. But definitely, I'm enjoying the game. I wanted to continue playing it, but I had to get going. But I think this game is going to do very well, especially as it gets more and more people on it to experience it. And with orders, I think the game will easily, yeah, it's going to sell, especially, like I said, especially once it gets to shows and more people get their hands on it at their local distro. I think that's where you're really going to see, okay, they've got something here. It's like, because trust me, when I was watching the stream, I was like, here we go with those slot machine sounds. And for whatever reason, as I'm playing the game, the slot machine sounds didn't agitate me or affect me. I felt like, I guess I was more enjoying what I was doing with my flippers than if the sound effects matched what was going on within the game. They could have been playing a mind game with me on that one, but I definitely didn't feel distracted by what I was hearing audio-wise. Okay, so that you can make all kinds of adjustments with the callouts. Yeah, I know that there's callouts. You can hear various actors making various different callouts. And I forgot what call out it was, but I know at the end of my game, one of my games, one of the quotes from Harry Potter, and he was like, "Yeah, but that was mostly luck when I got my high score or whatever, something like that." So JJP can pump out 150 games a week on a great week. Yeah, that would be good. But my distro, I don't want to give out exact numbers, but he definitely sold more of the Harry Potter CEs than he could have sold King Kong LEs. No, won't part with it. Since we know you won't part with the getaway in World Cup soccer, what pin titles do you have that we don't see in the background to sell? Honestly, I don't feel like I need to hold on to the getaway, and this is not me stating that I'm gonna sell it or anything, but it's here. I've played it every once in a while, but it's not something that I go back to play more of. It's more of a showpiece and kind of like my trophy for winning the grand champion that year with it. But I don't know. The wife's hearing this, but I'm going to see if I can talk her into selling Tales of the Arabian Nights because she doesn't play the damn thing. And when I play it, I beat it.
Give me
It's
some
like,
quarters,
don't get me
baby.
wrong. Like, yeah, the game is pretty. Oh, we're getting closer on getting my. Oh, where's that at? Damn it. That was a little bit better. It didn't take up the whole entire screen. Stringer, thank you very much for the $2 right now. I played with a Harry Potter 2 in Bangkok. And I was waiting for it. Barbar Quidditch. Do you think they had an option to make 2 games, lot of movies in one game, so many things to possibly include? It's like, as far as like, that's the thing, and I'm guessing that's why I feel like this game is going to have more for you in the long run, is due to the fact that it's got all of those movies in there. You're like, you know what? I'm tired of playing, the Philosopher's Stone. I want to play, Order of the Phoenix. You've got all these different options to play, or orientation, or positioning on how you want to play the game. That's why I feel like you're going to have more variety on how you want to play this game. It's definitely less linear than, let's say, even King Kong back here. It's like I'm like I said, I'm already kind of tired of the game. I mean, we'll see how the code, if they do an update. I don't know they're going to get one out before I get rid of the game, but it's like I want to get a Harry Potter, but I honestly, at this point in time, after just playing it for the few hours that I did, I don't know if it's a game that I just want to get and then get rid of. It might be a game that I want to get and kind of hold on to. Wouldn't be bad to have a Jersey Jack in my lineup either. Yeah. They were quite present on Willy Wonka. That was the worst of them, I think. But they were trying to imitate the sounds at the factory. Cary, let's go. Send Getaway to a good home. I'll carry the legacy forward in a positive way. It's signed by Steve Ritchie. Learning that Stern has too cheap to license the Empire State Building for King Kong is so embarrassing they need to step up. There's a lot of things that I feel that Stern needs to step up on, especially whenever you walk up to a game like Jersey Jack. What they put together. I keep pointing like I've got Harry Potter behind me. I wish. But especially when spend 13 grand on a King Kong LE, knowing what I know now about Harry Potter, there is definitely a feeling of regret. But it wasn't my plan to ever buy this game and to keep it anyways. So it's not like, oh no, I mean, that my intentions are still there to get the new games and rotate them out. That's always been the plan. But it's like, I feel if you're looking at spending like 13 grand on a game or something like that, let me get that positioned. I think I finally got that position to where it's going to be centered on the damn screen now. Goodness gracious. But I think, what is the Wizard Edition? 12 grand? Scott, thank you very much for the $2. I'm selling my Wizard of Oz Yellow Brick Road for Wizard Edition. Wow. Have you played it yet, Living with Cable? Have you played the game? Okay, so Wizard Edition's $12K. Yeah. $1,000 less And you get so much more on this Harry Potter game than you do with what you're getting on the King Kong. Like, oh, yeah, but it's got Insider Connected. I've played my King Kong with and without Insider Connected, and I don't notice a difference, guys. Unless you're all about achievements and bragging about your scores, I don't care. It's like, for me, it's like I want to enjoy the game, not like, oh, I got to get all my achievements. I've got the home base set up on this thing so I can select me to get my scores. But a lot of the times I'm just like, I don't care. Start. Let's just play. I mean, people put so much weight behind that Insider Connected, and that's why Stern's the best, is because they've got the online internet connectivity. I get you. I mean, like, to an extent, but that doesn't make them, like, best bang for buck. Yeah, 12K for the Wizard
Give me some
Edition.
quarters, baby.
Jackpot. That's the thing, is that Harry Potter is JJP's Godzilla. Do I dare say that? But maybe. And that was my thing about when it comes to talking about their twisting staircase. I'm like, that's very reminiscent to the Godzilla due to the fact that it was a large mech that changed ball paths. Now, honestly, I think I like this ball path changer better
Give
on
me some
Harry
quarters,
Potter.
baby.
Todd, thank you very much for the $10. Very much appreciated. Harry Potter will be game of the year. Oh, I don't know. It's like, do you dare say that Harry Potter is going to do better than Evil Dead at this point? It's still pretty early. It's pretty early. Now, do I enjoy the gameplay more on Harry Potter? Yeah, I think I enjoyed the gameplay better on Harry Potter. But I think when it comes to the overall package, art, callouts, audio, everything, I still think Evil Dead is the better complete package. The people I've spoken with their wallets, HP is JJP's Godzilla in sales anyways. Yeah, this is going to be a great seller for JJP. They're going to be making this machine for who knows how long. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's going to have a Potter. Only 888 people are going to have an Evil Dead. And 6,000 will have Potter. Yeah, it's gonna be like Godzilla to the point to where, and that's the thing about Godzilla. Try selling your Godzilla on the secondhand market, kind of thing. It's like a lot of people have already got the game. There's not a lot of demand for it because, like, oh, I've already got mine. I've already got one. And so when it comes to selling them, then it's just like everyone's already got it. There's no limit to how many. They're still making the damn game, for crying out loud. I think Evil Dead's the first game in a very long time that is selling higher on the secondhand market. It looks like Harry Potter could take a decade to finish the game. I'm definitely curious to get everyone else's feedback as this gets more and more out into the public and more out on locations for people to experience it. I just wanted to give you my thoughts and feelings on the game as of right now. I do enjoy the game. I enjoy how it shoots, the variety of how it shoots. It's not all flow. It's not all combos. It's not stop and go. It's a little bit of everything. And I thoroughly enjoyed how it shot. Some games that I played on there kicked my ass. Some games I thought I was kicking ass, and then my score said otherwise. But I got I think almost all the multi-balls. No, I got 3 different versions of multi-balls, including the Cauldron multi-ball, and I say Cauldron, it was the Golden Trio that goes into the Cauldron. And then you have the Explore Hogwarts multi-ball. I got that one as well. My wife was like, we should wait for Harry Potter Yellow Brick Road edition. I don't think you're going to get a different kind of edition of Harry Potter for a while. Just don't be surprised if they abandon the code. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a common thing with them. And Spooky has the double barrel shotgun. Yeah. I think definitely with theme integration, overall package, Evil Dead still has it, guys. No love for Dune, sad. Well, the game released with code that is technically not even approved yet, or at least the assets on there. And it's a theme that not a lot of people resonate with. It's like you're doubling down on things that aren't good if you want to sell a lot of something. But maybe as the code matures, maybe. But even then, you still got to get past the theme of Dune. It's like even the rumors of Dune, I was like, don't care. I don't even really like the movies that much in general. Yeah, Stringer, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a Potter fan either. I could take or leave the theme. I really just enjoyed how the game shoots. I enjoyed playing it. Can't wait for Carl's 3-hour stream to go through all 90 something modes. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this game when it comes to what you should shoot for. Should sell a getaway before I spend the money on Jaws 50th. Only took a year for Barrels of Fun to do everything they said they wouldn't do. I got high hopes for what they've got coming next over there, Barrels. I think that, they chose Dune and Labyrinth as their starting themes before they even got up and going and chugging along and people were even aware of them. So we'll get through Dune. I want to say that even they've stated it out in the open that they're hoping to be done making all of their Dunes before the end of the year and move on to their next game. We'll see how that goes. Played Dune in Tacoma over the weekend. It's terrible. Nothing but a massive brick fest. I didn't get the brick fest feeling on Dune. Definitely felt like the code wasn't all there. Certain things weren't lining up. Yeah. I haven't seen one person play Dune and make the shots they're trying to make. You definitely didn't want to see me playing Harry Potter earlier then. It was like, oh, shoot the Death Eater. And I'm like, I'm trying. Oh my God, am I trying? But even the shots that I didn't intentionally hit felt good. So there is that. It's like I'm not trying to hit that shot. I hit that shot instead. But damn it, that was still a good feeling of a shot. JJP can make a black and white edition. No, I don't think that would go over very well. Code needs to be substantial for a 10K game. And that's where I feel like even in the current state of Harry Potter code, it's at what, 0.82? It's the same as Kong numerically wise. But there's definitely a lot more there to chew on Harry Potter than there is for King Kong. Facts. Dune had cool mechs and neat shots. Hopefully the next theme hits harder. I know. Definitely hopes. High hopes. My dad had never seen Potter and didn't know anything about it. Took him with me to play it and he thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually made him start watching them. Yeah. It's like I feel like I probably need to watch the movies again just so I can, I guess, appreciate this game more. That's my point of view. I want to hear from those of you out there that are Harry Potter fans about what you think about the game, because this is from someone who doesn't care about the theme. What are my thoughts on the stair mech? That is great. I really enjoy the stair mech. It's distracting sometimes because it starts moving. It's really reminiscent to Theater of Magic, the spinning trunk, but I do like it. I kind of wish there was a different or / better sound effect for whenever it swivels. Every once in a while I hear like the sound of grinding stones. I don't know if that's something else in the game or if that's the sound of the staircase. I kind of like that sound effect and kind of wish that was implemented every time it does move. There was one time where I hit the ball at just the right time when that mech was spinning and my ball did get stuck on the far right side outlet. And it kind of like, you could see it struggling, like, trying to move. And I was like, oh, let's see if it figures itself out. It did a ball search. It figured itself out. And that was the only time that the game had any kind of mechanical WTF moment. And that was just because of pure luck of me hitting a ball at just the right moment into a certain area right when it was rotating. Probably very few and very far between that was going to happen again. Is it 0.7? Okay, then it's even lower than what I was thinking. Please talk about the state of X-Men sometime. Need drama. This is primarily talking about Potter on this one, and even then, I'm going to be bringing it to a close here pretty soon. Like I said, I got to take the wife out to eat, and that's where I can start trying to see if I can negotiate getting rid of something back here for a Harry Potter. I've got to get it. I enjoyed it. But buddy Rob is losing hopes with X-Men code updates, still holding on for a Wheel of Fortune. So for those that didn't catch earlier, my main gripe when it comes to this game, aesthetically, it's that damn topper. That topper is horrible. It seems like an afterthought. It doesn't match with the rest of the game. It's bad. And so I've reached out to the Electric Playground because I feel like for you modders out there and those that make toppers, this is your time to shine. Where they have failed, you can rise like a
Give me
phoenix
some
from the
quarters, baby.
ashes. Jackpot. Your thoughts on the Venom topper? $2 for my thoughts on the Venom topper. I don't have a traumatic, irritation for the topper. Of course, it's, more expensive than it should be, but, at least they finally got one out to people on there. But it's very similar to what you would see on Mandalorian, aesthetically wise, hardware wise. It seemed like it was a very cop out thing to do when it comes to aesthetics for the toppers. Phoned it in, if you will. Scott, you are just doubling down on getting my getaway. All right. So, anyways, back to the topper situation. And I even called Rob at the Electric Playground. I was like, dude, you got to do a topper. And he's like, he doesn't know if he should. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know if people are going to want us to do it and kind of thing. So, if you want a better topper for your CE or for your Wizard
Give me some
Edition,
quarters,
then
baby.
you need to reach out to the Electric Playground and demand that they do a topper to replace that crap that they are trying to give you with your money. So Rob even sent me, he's even talking about the possibility of doing kind of like an add-on feature for the topper for the CE. It's nothing's concrete. This is merely just him spitballing, and he said he was perfectly fine with me talking about this as well. But maybe doing an add-on feature with the topper kind of thing. And he sent me stuff here. So let me share my screen right here so you can see what I'm talking about when it comes to add-ons. Okay. So this is the add-on for the Alice in Wonderland topper that he did. If you don't know what the original one looked like, but this has extra lighting, extra plastics all around the edges and everything. But that is their topper add-on, if you will, for the Alice Adventures in Wonderland. So there is that. So he's speculating that maybe they might be able to do something like that for Harry Potter, kind of an add-on. And I'm like, really, all we need is just a better version of their castle. And you can't copyright a castle that I know of. I don't think that the Hogwarts has a particular aesthetic to it to where it's licensed. I could be wrong, but which one will you buy? I would lean towards the Wizard Edition, Shane. Nothing against the CE's aesthetics. The game looks pretty, but I'll lean more towards the darker movie version of it. And I don't need that topper. I don't want that topper. So, by all means, if you two do not like switch back to this camera. If you two don't like the topper that is currently on the Harry Potter, or if you want a topper for your Wizard or Arcade Edition, then you need to ask for it. You need to make sure that these mod makers topper makers are aware that there is a demand. They're not going to make something unless they know there's a demand for it. So demand it. I feel like they would definitely get struck down by Warner Brothers. They sent the guy making his own HP homebrew a cease and desist. I doubt a guy profiting 1K off of a topper would go over well. That's where the Electric Playground, they're very particular about tiptoeing around licensing, getting lawyers involved to make sure that there will be no conflict or anything. So it's expense on their end to make sure that their ass is covered. Like everything in Potter is licensed. Probably, yeah. This discussion is licensed. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a replacement topper on my Harry Potter. It's going to be Kaneda watching a baby monitor, and that magic will be tends the baby instead of. Oh my god, Acker, make me regret reading your stuff out loud. What is the best topper out there? What is the best topper out there, guys? Is it Pulp Fiction's up there? Black Knight is up there. Medieval Madness, although doesn't move, it's aesthetically very pleasing. The Hogwarts Castle has to be a licensed thing. I don't know. I kind of wonder about that. It's like, is how much of the aesthetics of the castle are in fact licensed? Sure, you could tiptoe around it, but might lose some of the Potter magic in the process. Would be interesting to see what modders come up with. Yeah. And I think that was one of the big things that people didn't like about the Electric Playground's Pulp Fiction topper was that you couldn't see their faces, but they had to tiptoe around licensing, and a lot of people didn't like that kind of thing. And I'm sure they could get stuff licensed, but that would just make the topper more expensive. And when people are already not liking the price of toppers as it is, do you really want to include a license fee on there? But I think people would more than willingly pay extra money for a very good sculpted, licensed Hogwarts castle on the top of their game. Oh my God, thank you very much, Alan. I feel bad for not even remembering, but Alan, yeah, the Evil Dead topper, obviously. Man, I feel bad for not even remembering that. Oh, that completely slipped my mind. Oh my goodness. And not to give too much away, but wait till you see their next topper. Am I bluffing? Am I? Yeah, God's still number one. Oh, are you talking about like gameplay comparing Harry Potter to Godzilla, or are you talking about my current thoughts and feelings on King Kong and Godzilla? Yes, I asked two different questions. The X-Men topper is amazing. Oh, okay, I haven't seen it. I don't think you have either. To both. Okay, so how I feel currently about King Kong, and eventually I will do a review on this. And my current feelings on it, guys, is I'm kind of tired of playing it. It's like I guess I need a break from it, but I feel like I'm forcefully making myself play it just so I have a better. I want more knowledge on how to play it, or how I need to basically speak about the game in the review. But currently, it does obviously need more code. When it gets there, it'll get there. But as a current point in time, I'm kind of done with it. Need a break. It was very refreshing to play a game like Harry Potter today. And as far as it being better than Godzilla, I don't know, guys. I kind of feel like maybe my speculation about King Kong being better than Godzilla, I think I'm going to end up being wrong on that one. That's where I'm leaning towards right now. Russell, are you drinking again? Thank you very much for the $20 there, Russell. Very much appreciated. Ah, Bubblehead, welcome to the YouTube chat on right here. I'm about to wrap this up because I was planning on it being a short one and we're already creeping up on the 1 hour mark. Yes, Russell, you are drinking again. Oh my God. You need to give me your wife's cell phone number so I could text her to have you have her get you away from your phone. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and going, where'd all my money go? Oh. What combos did you really like on Harry Potter? Kong had some great combos. There's multiple repeatable shots, Acker, and you've got the upper play field that you can loop around and around, and then you have the upper loop that is on the game. Like I was telling people earlier, when it comes to the secret skill shot, that's also a loopable, repeatable shot. And then once you complete a shot, it feeds back down to your flippers. I mean, you could easily just keep that ball moving if you don't miss your shots. Kong is Stern trying to squeeze Godzilla money out of an unlicensed game. For some adult beverages and appetizers. Yeah, thank you very much. Ray Woods ordered an arcade edition of HP. Topper would be great and welcome. I emailed them. I don't know, Ray. Do you think that Topper on the CE is worth it? Russell said $2,500 from me for the getaway time. He's already bought 2 of my old games. He bought my Last Action Hero and the Earthshaker. I gave him a 2-for-1 deal kind of thing. And he's also a supporter of me on Patreon, so that helps as well. Upper playfield looks really fun. Yeah, and that's something that I need a better understanding of, is that upper playfield, because it's basically you have the badgers or the beater off guys, and that's where my lack of knowledge on the theme comes into play, is knowing what I'm supposed to be doing up there on the upper playfield. All I know is I was having a fun time doing the ramp, like, repeatable loop shot up there, and that was fine. But they were also telling me hit the Quidditch post, and there's like 2 different posts that you can hit that cause another smaller pinball to go around a horseshoe, and that's a part of the game that I don't really fully understand, kind of thing. And that's kind of like why I would like to have more time on it and have it here to really get a better understanding of it. But I think that was one of my favorite parts, is while I'm playing it, I'm hearing the sound effects of the audience cheering on the Quidditch match and everything. I'm like, oh, that's nice, kind of thing. 150 points for Hufflepuff or whatever, kind of thing. It just seemed, I was like, ooh, I felt like more I was inside the world of Harry Potter at that point in time. Potter looks like a great game for collectors and has huge earning potential for operators, but I'm a bit concerned about the spinning mech in terms of maintenance. Could be. I mean, at the point in time, it worked flawlessly, but that's with, maybe a few hundred. I don't know the longevity on something like that. I would like to think, especially when it's Eric Minier, he's tests his stuff out like crazy. Like the Topper for Godfather, even though the game in general I didn't care for. The Topper, evidently they had that thing going for days, multiple days, nonstop, just hitting coils to test that out. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with this spinning mech staircase.
Give
I'm
me some
sure he
quarters,
had it
baby.
somewhere going nonstop, spinning around. Well, thank you very much right there, Bill Dog NC, for the $2. It hasn't popped up over here on this screen yet. I didn't care for the CE. Art on the Arcade Wiz is fun. All I really need to be happy is mirror/art blades and shaker. That was something also that a little touches. I should have wrote all this stuff down, guys. Because like I said, I'll eventually do a video for those that don't want to watch an hour-long stream of me chit-chatting like this. Much more compressed, focused. But the spotlights on this game, they're not just big old spotlights you're going to see on Stern a lot of the times, or your older games. They're books that make them look like they're floating books, and they have a built-in light that shines down on certain sections of the playfield. I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. So it's a spotlight, but it's not like the visuals and aesthetics of a spotlight. It doesn't take you out of the world that they have built under the glass. I thought that was a very nice touch. There it is. I did like that you don't select characters. I thought that was a given, but I'm tired of selecting Venoms. Yeah. Acker, I know you're really thinking about getting you Harry Potter, and I really think that you're going to enjoy it, especially
Give
if
me
you
some
think Toy
quarters,
Story
baby.
4 is good. You're really going to love Harry Potter. Jolene or Bubblehead, thank you very much for the $20. Another one of my patrons right there, still giving me money. They're very much appreciated, guys. Thank you very much. All right, let's see here. I'm okay with picking up your sloppy seconds for a discounted price. Anyone selling a Jaws? All right. What's my dream theme? Back to the Future. I would guess Chipotle. Predator will hunt Potter down. And like I said, I wanted to keep this stream focused on Harry Potter. That's what it needs to be on. I've got thoughts and feelings on Predator, but I don't want to dive down that rabbit hole, especially when I'm already past the time when I said I was going to be on for this stream. Did you play the CE? Yes, I did play the CE. If so, did that sparkle on the playfield impress you? The sparkle, that's the thing. This thing sparkles pretty much everywhere. The playfield, the powder coating, the artwork in general. There's a lot of sparkle on this. Yeah, watch my interview. Eric talked about testing and how the spotlight covers came about. Yeah, there's a Gonzo video in regards to interviewing Eric, and he discusses a number of things. But I do feel, and you saw the featurette that Retro Ralph did. By all means, if you guys haven't seen the featurette, and I'll say it again on stream here, bravo to Ralph for getting to the point to where he's now doing featurette videos for manufacturers. Kudos to you. Very well done. I'm sure you'll be invited to do the next one, kind of thing. So congrats to you on that. And I want to say congrats because I need to end this stream. We're getting past it because I can easily keep going, but I'll end it on this note right here, guys. And like I said, I'll do a video discussing more about Harry Potter. But congratulations to Jersey Jack team and Eric over there for making a game that I think a lot of you are really going to enjoy. From a casual player that doesn't know a lot about, Harry Potter like myself, to the people that really love Harry Potter. I think you're truly going to really appreciate the world that Eric has put together underneath this glass. But with that being said, like I said, I'm gonna see what I can do, what kind of negotiating I can do to get me Harry Potter. I don't need the CE. Wizard Edition is perfectly fine for me. But yeah. But thank you very much for joining the stream tonight, guys. I'm gonna hop off here and go get some dinner. But I'll get a video together maybe tonight. We'll see what goes on, and try to take notes of what I want to make sure I mention that I probably forgot to mention during the stream. It was literally I came home, used the restroom, sat down, and started this stream. So it was kind of just hot off the press. I was humming and singing the Harry Potter theme song pretty much all the way from the distro to my house. All right, guys. Have a good night. Love you long time. Take it sleazy. And until next time, peace out.